Sorry about that. 3 to the 4th is 27. And so the last digit we're going to get by multiplying 3 times 7. So what's 3 times 7?
21.
Okay, so the last digit's going to be a
1.
1. 3 to the 5th.
The last digit's going to be 1 times 7. 1 times 1.
Well, what are we multiplying by to go from 3 to the 4th to 3 to the 5th?
1.
Multiplying by?
5.
What? What are we multiplying by to go from 3 to the 4th to 3 to the 5th? 3 to the 4th is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, 4 3s. And 3 to the 5th is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, 4 3s times what?
4 3s times 5.
Times 5? So you think 3 to the 5th is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 5?
Times 3.
Times 3. Times 3. So we multiply by 3 again.
Yeah.
So what's the last digit going to be?
The last digit is going to be...
The last digit of 3 to the 4th was 1.
2.
And how do we go from 3 to the 4th to 3 to the 5th? What do we multiply by?
Multiply by 3.
Okay.
1 times 3 is 3.
1 times 3 is 3. So the last digit is going to be 3.
Probably the next last digit is going to be 9, and then 7, and then 1, and then back to 3.
Okay, right. It goes in a nice little pattern. 3, 9, 7, 1, 3, 9, 7, 1. So this is interesting, and let me move your Lego guy, and we'll do the powers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you have a remainder 1, if you look at the power, and you have a remainder 1 divided by 4,
Yeah.
the last digit's a 3. If you look at the power and it's a remainder 2 when you divide by 4,
Yeah.
the last digit's 9. See? 2, 9. What's 6 divided by 4? Do you know? With remainder.
Divided by 4. Well, 1 or 2.
1 remainder 2. So the remainder here is 2 in the power, so and you have a 9. When you take the power and the remainder is 3, the last digit's 7. So now I'm going to ask you a question that seems like it's completely crazy, and you'd never ever, I shouldn't have erased that. 1, 2, 3, 4 goes 3, 9, 7, 1. Okay, that's the last digit. Okay, you'd never think ever that you'd be able to do this. But what's the last digit of 3 to the 1,000?
What?
So if you multiply together 1,000 3's, what would the very last digit be?
I know, but 3 times 100 is 300.
Well, it's not 3 times 100, or it's not 3 times 1,000. It's 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, 1,000 times. Okay, and we're just trying to figure out what the last digit is.
Yeah. It has to be a 3, 9, 7, or 1.
It has to be a 3, 9, 7, or 1. That's exactly right. And how do we figure out if it's a 3, a 9, a 7, or a 1?
We multiply by 1,000. Is what we do.
What do we multiply by 1,000?
3.
3 times 1,000?
Yeah.
Okay, what's 3 times 1,000?
It's 10 times 300, which is 3,000.
Okay, so what's the last digit?
0.
Huh, that's funny. It's not one of the choices. Does 3 to the 1,000 mean 3 times 1,000?
No, it means 1,000 times 3. No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
What
does it mean? What does 3 squared mean?
3 squared means 3 times 3 times 3 3 times.
3 squared means 3 times 3. See the 2 means 3 times 3. 2 3's. Okay. What does 3 cubed mean?
It means 3 times 3 times 3.
3 times 3 times 3. What does 3 to the 4th mean?
It means 3 times 3 times 3 times 3.
3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Okay, what does 3 to the 1,000 mean?
Means 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 all the way up to 3. It means all the way up to 1,000. Dot, dot, dot.
Okay, 3 times 3 times 3 means 1,000 times. Okay,
This is 1,000 threes.
1,000 threes all multiplied together.
How do you do that?
Okay, well, we're only looking for the last digit. And we already have learned the last digit of 3 to the 1 is 3. 3 squared is 9. 3 to the 4th is, what's the last digit of 3 cubed?
Is 1. No, 7.
Why?
3 times 3 times 3. 3 times. No.
Okay, and what is 3 times 3 times 3?
3 times 3 times 3 is 9. So it's 9 times 3, which is 27.
27. So the last digit's 7. The last digit of 3 to the 4th is 1. The last digit of 3 to the 5th is 3. The last digit of 3 to the 6th is 9. The last digit of 3 to the 7th is 7. The last digit of 3 to the 8th is 1. Okay, so there's a pattern here. It repeats every 4. So if it repeats every 4, we have to figure out where, when I get all the way down, 3 to the 9th is going to be 3. What's 3 to the 10th going to be?
It's going to be 9.
9. What's 3 to the 11th going to be, the last digit?
7.
7.
And then 1.
3 to the 12th is going to be 1, and we have to get all the way down to 3 to the 1,000, and we have to wonder, what is this going to be?
Yeah.
Okay?
What is it going to be?
What is that going to be? That's the question.
I don't know.
Okay? How can you figure it out?
I can keep counting all the way down, but that would take a ton of time.
That would take a ton of time. Do you notice any pattern in the way the digits repeat?
3971, 3971, 3971.
Okay? What's the pattern?
It's 3971.
Okay? Do you notice anything about that pattern?
Well, don't really notice anything about the pattern.
You don't? Tell me anything about that pattern.
It repeats
How often?
every 4 times.
Every 4 numbers it repeats. Okay?
So 1,000 could be any of those 4 choices.
Yeah, and that's what we're trying to figure out.
We could guess.
We could guess, and we might be right, but let's actually figure it out. So it repeats every 4.
Yep.
So if the number has a remainder 1, if the power has a remainder 1 when divided by 4, 1, 5, 9, what's the last digit?
Last digit is an odd number. Okay, look. It says they're all odd numbers.
When the power has a remainder 1 when divided by 4, the ones I've circled,
Yeah.
what is the last digit of the power?
A 1 and a 5. Those are the ones you've circled.
What? Tell me. Okay, let's have an easier question. I've circled some numbers on the board. What are the numbers that I've
1
circled?
is 5 and 9.
Okay, I've actually circled 3 numbers on the board. 3 to the 1, 3 to the 5, and 3 to the 9. What's the last digit of 3 to the 1?
It's 3.
What's the last digit of 3 to the 5?
It's 3.
What's the last digit of 3 to the 9?
3.
Okay, so when the power has a remainder 1 when divided by 4,
Yep.
in other words 1, 5, and 9, what's the last digit of 3 to that power?
The last digit is going to be... Looks like the last digit is all the 3.
It's all the 3's. Okay, so if the power has a remainder 1 when divided by 4, the last digit's a 3. Now let's take a look.
Interesting.
That is interesting. Let's take a look at when you get a 2 a remainder 2 when you divide by 4. 2, 6, 10. When I take 3 to the 2, 3 to the 6, or 3 to the 10, what's the last digit?
The last digit is gonna be 9.
Is 9.
And then 3 cubed, the last digit is 7.
Okay. So if you have a remainder 3 when you divide by 4, what's the last digit?
It's always 7.
Okay, and what if the power is divisible by 4? In other words, 4, 3 to the 4, 3 to the 8, and 3 to the 12. What's the last digit?
3 to the 4, 3 to the 8, and 3 to the 12. So those are divisible by 4, and the remainder is going to be 0.
Now the remainder of the power is 0. What's the last digit of 3 to the 4th, 3 to the 8th, and 3 to the 12th?
Is a 9. No, a 1.
They're all 1s. Okay. So if the power is divisible by 4,
It's
the
1.
last digit's a 1. Now we're looking at 3 to the 1,000. So we have to figure out what the remainder is when 1,000 is divisible by 4.
But how are we going to do that?
I don't know. You tell me.
So I don't know.
You don't know? You have to figure out how to divide 1,000 by 4.
I know 100 by 4.
What is it?
It's 25.
Okay. So what do you think 1,000 divided by 4 is going to be?
125. What? No, it's going to be 250.
Why?
It's 125 with a 0 on the end.
125 with... It's what?
It's 25 with a 0 on the end.
25 with a 0 on the end. So 1,000 divided by 4 equals 250. Okay? So 1,000 actually is divisible by 4.
Yeah.
Okay? So 3 to the 1,000, what's the last digit of 3 to the 1,000?
That
Because
is.
we learned the power is divisible by 4. So what's the last digit of 3 to the 1,000?
The power is divisible by 4. It's 1.
The last digit's 1. Okay, so here's 3 to the 1,000, a number that you would be very difficult to calculate what it actually was, because you'd have to multiply by 3 1,000 times. But it turns out we can actually know what the last digit is. And what is the last digit?
The last digit is a 1.
It's a 1. Okay, very interesting. Okay.
Yeah.